Good morning, friends. Welcome to Anand Education Academy. Today we study about the objectives of accounting. What are the different objectives of the accounting? Number one is to know the profit or loss of the business. To know the profit or loss of the business, we have to record the business transactions. Our main objective is to know the profit or loss of the business, the result of the business. No, so we need to record the business transactions. No, that is one of the objective of accounting. Then second one is to know the exact reasons leading to profit or what is the reason for the huge profit, what is the reason for the huge loss. To know the exact reasons leading to the profit or loss, no, we need to record the business transactions in the books of accounts. No, first one is to know the profit or loss, the result of the business. No, to know the result of the business, only it is possible when all the business transactions are recorded systematically in the books of accounts. Second one is to know the reasons leading to profit or loss. What is the reason for huge loss or huge profit earned by the business? No, reason should be known. To know the reasons, we have to record the business transactions systematically. Then third one is to know the assets and liabilities of the business on a particular date. On a particular date, how much assets we are having, how much liabilities we are having. To know the financial position, it is called assets and liabilities, means we know the financial position. To know the financial position of the business, the recording of the business transactions is very much needed. No, then one more thing is to know the amount payable to the creditors. To know the amount payable to the creditors, how much amount payable to our different creditors, because we purchased the raw materials of the goods on the basis of credit from different creditors. No, for example, X, Y, Z, like that we are having the creditors to whom we have to pay how much amount. No, to know that we have to record the business transactions, otherwise we will not come to know then how much amount is payable to Mr. X and how much amount is payable to Mr. Y, like that. So that recording of the business transactions is very much required to know the amount payable to the creditors. Likewise, to know the amount receivable from the debtors. No, we sold goods to our different customers. No, we have to receive the amount from the customers. We have to receive from the amount from our different customers. For example, Mr. X, Mr. Y, Mr. Z. No, then how much amount receivable from Mr. X, how much amount is receivable from Mr. Y, and how much amount is receivable from Mr. Z. To know that, the proper recording of the business transactions must be done. Then only it is possible to know the amount receivable from the customers or the debtors. Then to comply with the legal provisions of Companies Act of 2013, no, we have to comply the legal provisions, no, as per the Companies Act of 2013. We have to provide certain legal provisions. We have to comply with the legal provisions, so that we have to record the business transactions. No, because we have to submit the results, that is the final accounts, to the registrar of the companies along with the, that is, auditor's report. No, every year, so that it is required to record the business transactions in a systematic manner. Then to satisfy the taxation authorities, also we have to record the business transactions, because we have to give the financial position, then how much profit is earned, how much loss is incurred, that should be submitted to the taxation authorities. On the basis of the profit earned by us, then only the taxation is done. Taxation is done, and tax is calculated on the amount of income earned by us. To know the errors and frauds committed by the employees. To know the errors and frauds committed by the employees also, we have to record the business transactions. Otherwise, we will not come to know what are the frauds or what are the errors or mistakes done by the employees. Then to use the records for future reference. For future reference, we need the information of accounting, so that the requirement of the recording of business transactions is very much necessary in the business. Then to know the quantity and value of stock. How much quantity of stock is there, how much value of stock is there in our business. To know that, we have to record the business transactions in a systematic manner. These are some of the objectives of the accounting: to know the profit or loss of the business, to know the exact reasons leading to profit or loss, to know the assets and liabilities of the business on a particular date, to know the amount payable to the creditors, to know the amount receivable from debtors, to comply with the legal provisions of the Companies Act 2013, and to satisfy the taxation authorities, to know the errors and frauds committed by the employees, to use the records for future reference, to know the quantity and value of stock. These are some of the objectives of, that is, accounting. Why we have to record the business transactions. No? Thank you, one and all.